Welcome back to the Manor, Entropians. Julian McBain here, and we are probably looking at our last Monria video for a while. And I say that with a heavy heart, because I have had a blast here the last 2.5 months. Monria itself is a fairly simple moon. It has a barren landscape. It has a grand total of 4 primary mobs. But I think that actually that simplification, that simplicity actually, I believe, adds to the experience in a certain way. So I'm not dragging Monria for that. Monria has by far the absolute best community I have ever seen in all of Entropia universe. The staff is amazing. They put forth a huge amount of effort. It is, I can't gush this place enough. So I kind of want to recap the way the last 2.5 months or so have gone and where we're going moving forward, because I'm coming back here. I came back here this year. I was here last year. I probably will be back again this year. At this point, I'm not sure how long I can stay away, but there are other things that I need to do. There are other places I need to go. I want to work on my codex a little bit, try to build those hit points, the durability a little bit. So the only place you can do codex right now is Calypso. There are other planets I also need to visit and explore. So, I mean, that is what it is. But I do want to take a few minutes and just discuss what this has been for the last 2 months, because I came here pretty much first thing in January. It was right after Merry Mayhem. Merry Mayhem finished, I came to Monria. And I have learned a lot. First off, my ability to fight mobs on Monria has come up significantly since the last time I was here. But it doesn't mean I don't have room to grow. I still can't face off against most of the shoves. Part of that is a lack of plates, part of it is a lack of skills. I think that if I had the 5Bs on my ghost armor, I would be better off, but I still wouldn't be perfect. I like what the Monrian team is doing. I like all the effort they're putting forth. I like all of the new things they're introducing. And their St. Patrick's Day event, I don't think there's anything like it in all of Entropia universe. Hell, I don't know that there's anything like it in any other game in existence. They held a fucking parade. It was amazing that so many players, they could get so many players to gather together just to stroll around the moon. And then when it was all over, they kept them there long enough to drop a bunch of mobs for them to hunt. And that was part of the event. And people who have done it before knew that, and I didn't. And I actually stopped the video, and then like 2 minutes later, oh look, there's a shitload of big mobs, all shared loot. And they just recently introduced, for that event, their newest mob, which the mob itself is based off of the Yogg model, but it's a beautiful shade of blue. I think the face is different. I haven't gotten a good enough picture of the face of it to determine. But it's a super high level Yogg mob, and it's called the Dunwich Horror. I think that's how it's pronounced. It's spelled Dunwich, and I know for a fact that's not how it's pronounced in the proper Irish. I'm pretty sure it's not. Or Celtic. But they're continuously adding content, and they put a lot of effort into it. And so I have really enjoyed these 2.5 months. I am tempted to spend like the whole fucking year here, but at this point in time, I'm not able to create enough content here to be here all the time. Like, I want to be here all the time, but I can't find the content to put out. I do know it's going to come. Of that, I have no doubt. And I'm going to stay in touch with DME and find out when they're doing events and things like that, so that I can come back here and I can experience the events and make content about them. I want to finish the Order of the Elder Gods. I finally got one of the chapters. And that's all good. I've been working on my DSEC missions, and that's all good. But unfortunately, it is time to move on. For the time being, we will be back. I'm already on the lookout for a Monria apartment. Assuming that I can have the funds together when I fall upon one, then that will be on my list of things to get this year. One has to come available, of course, and it has to be within my price range, because 184 PED ain't gonna buy me an apartment. But that's my goal. For the time being, Cyrene is not putting out any sort of player housing, so I will make Monria my home as soon as I can. I was kind of hoping to win one in the St. Patrick's Day, but I did not have... I got 6 globals for the whole event. That's not going to win you an apartment. I didn't have the time to play like I would have had to in order to be a contender for that, which I'm fine with. You know, I have other responsibilities other than Entropia Universe, as much as I hate to say that. You know, it is what it is. But that being said, that is my plan. It'd be even better if one of the penthouses opened up, but I don't foresee that happening. And frankly, I don't really need the pool. So, with me leaving Monria, what's the plan? Well, I haven't quite made it yet. We're going back to Calypso for a little bit. I gotta make a stop there. It's gonna be it's gonna be for a hot minute. We're probably gonna spend a good month there, probably, at the very least. I want to work on my, like I said, I want to work on my codex missions. I want to see about trying to push my hit points higher. Oops, that's professions. It's still professions. That's what we're looking for. So currently I have 149. I want to try to hit 160. And I don't think I'm going to do that. I know for a fact I'm not going to do that in a month. That would be... Even thinking I could pull that off would be absolutely stupid. But if I can push maybe 151, 152 by the time I leave Calypso again, that would be awesome. I can't remember. Where was I on the Berry-clad Iron mission? 24 of 26. So realistically, that would be my major goal, is to finish the Berry-clad Codex mission so that it's in repeatable mode. And then instead of working on Shoggoths when I'm just doing low-level stuff, it's always drones. Oh, I apparently have a reward waiting for me for killing drones. I did not know that. Oh, you know what? It was probably because I was killing all those high-level drones. Okay. So we'll deal with that after. Apparently I've got a Merry Creatures award too. So we'll work on a couple of these. I've got CODs I could work on. They're also low level. And then we're going to figure out what our next move is. I don't know if I'm going to be returning to Cyrene or Arcadia, or if I'm going to finally go out and visit Rocktropia. Like an honest-to-goodness visit to Rocktropia. Because I've been to Rocktropia. I've been to the point where I dropped straight down, I dropped off my passenger, and I lifted straight back up again. The other place I have not visited yet and need to is the Arcadia Moon, which is especially important because I own shares in the Arcadia, or I've got deeds to the Arcadian Moon. So it would only benefit me to visit, you know, my investment. How many do I have? 50? I think I got 50. Yeah, I've got 50 of them. So I haven't determined. I'm going to be on Calypso long enough for me to figure out where I'm going next. Like I said, it's probably going to be a month. Might be 2. We've got this whole social isolation thing going on right now. So I don't know how that's going to turn out. Might mean I have more time to play. I doubt it because I work a job that doesn't have a whole lot of social interaction to begin with. It's a lot of telephone work. And although that job is ending, the next one I'm going into is exactly the same industry. It's just another employer. And so it'll operate basically the same. I am looking at a different one that's a little bit more public facing, but I don't foresee that being under major threat because it's not like I'm working in basic retail. I'm not constantly interacting with people. At least not the same way. So we'll figure that out when the time comes. Currently, all of everything is closed worldwide. But I'm gonna still make content. But yeah, no. When I get back to Calypso, I'll figure out what the next step actually is. I'm leaning toward. I'm leaning toward going to Rocktropia or the moon, or Arcadia Moon. I do want to do all the IFN missions because you get there are MacGuffins for it, and they've got that vehicle that I think is built into it somehow, or you have to get through part of it a certain extent to get the new vehicle. And I'd really like to go for that. I understand that that's an extended mission, much like the Order of the Elder Gods. I probably wouldn't get it right off, but it's something I could work on. So, yeah, that is the plan. I'll make that determination after I spend some time on Calypso and get some of that Codex stuff dealt with. Monria has been amazing. And to tell you the truth, I am loath to leave. I'm serious. I am loath to leave Monria. But it's one of those things where sometimes it's time. You can't avoid it. Sometimes it's just time. I'm gonna miss the unique view. I'm also gonna miss the loot tables. Monria's zero tax environment means the loot tables here are amazing. You know, you have to take the good with the bad. And the good about going back to Calypso for a while is that I will be able to complete a lot of the stuff that I started. And the bad is the loot tables are not nearly as good. Is what it is. So yeah, that's the plan. I might do a video in space somewhere in the interim. I don't know that that's going to happen right now. Space tends to be a very expensive place to hunt. And the only place that's really... I don't like hunting in an area where pirates can get a hold of me. And pirates are starting to figure out the main travel lanes. So... hunting in here may not be wise, because I think this is lootable PvP. We can check that. I'll check that on the way back. Hunting out here is better. Or possibly up here. Because it's so remote, pirates are less likely to look for players there. Like, I've hunted in the Gordon's Belt before, and I was the only one I saw the entire time I was there. I mean, I got a global, and I ended up having to immediately dump it, which is not optimal. What's this? Okay. Oh, I think the Dunwich Horror is up. Let's hop. This would be the perfect way to cap this off. So let's hope we make it in time. Here we go. Oh, we're gonna have to hop there. Come on. Skim. We're almost flying in formation. I'm not interested in running into you, dude. I mean, I know it doesn't matter, but this is me, a pilot, flying too close to another aircraft. No, I guess technically I'm a former pilot. Oh, it's almost down. But at least we get to see it. Look at this thing. Holy buckets. That was a Hoff in which I got like 3.11 ped. But that was awesome. That was awesome. Ah, I just wish we had been here earlier. So what was that Hall of Fame? Last 24 hours hunting. So... no, it's going to be a shared loot. Wait. Gorgon. Big bulk. Enslaved. Aatrox. Shared loot. Gorgon. Here it is, Dunwich Horror. 1,044 ped. 1,044 ped overall. Not bad. Okay. Let's jump back into our sleep. We'll head back to the mining camp. I was hoping to catch a little bit more of that fight. I think that would have been really cool. But I think that the call went out kind of late, which is fine. You know, they probably thought they could handle it, and they're like, oh crap, we're a little short. But it was cool to get a chance to see it and all the effects. So yeah, come to Monria if you haven't. Spend some time, like actually spend some time here. I know a lot of people, like, they'll jump down, they'll spend a couple days or a week and then they'll go home. No, actually spend some time here. Spend a couple months. You spend a couple months here, the place super grows on you. It's an amazing place. So, that's all I got, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe down below. We are on the road to 13 million subscribers, one subscription at a time. So make sure you subscribe. And please consider becoming a patron by going to patreon.com/JulianMcBain. The money that I make off of my patrons, well, patron currently, is going to go directly into the channel. It's either going to supply games for my single player or it'll get put into my Entropia universe account so that I can continue to create content like this. And I want to give a huge shout out to Red Kryptonite, who is currently my only patron. Man, your support is just... Thank you. Thank you so much for your support. It's really important to me. Honestly, it really makes what I do feel like it's worth doing. So thank you. So that's all I got. Thank you so much for your support, everyone. You all have a wonderful day.